What sort of advice would you give to your younger self starting out?
I definitely think having that curiosity that we've spoken about, it is important. If you haven't got it, then I would say ask yourself why that is, because I think the more curious you are, it's probably linked to some way about how passionate you are about a particular activity that you're involved in. And I think you don't have to have it, because you can be operating in your silo, but if you got it, then you're going to go a lot further. So really making sure as your younger self, you're asking yourself, am I curious about this? Am I passionate about this? And if I'm not, then change and do something else until you find out and find something that you are passionate in. And I think the other bit is I didn't take enough risks and become uncomfortable in my career early enough. It wasn't until I went to JLR that and exposed myself to a different industry and quite a relatively senior level. I didn't realise how comfortable I was at Atlas Copco in those other roles. So I could have been pushing a lot harder if I'd realised how difficult things can be. And finally, I think I'm just about to move to China, as you know, and I did get a fair amount of international experience at Atlas Copco and early part of Jaguar Land Rover. So I've worked in South Korea, Czech Republic, Slovakia, but they were in shorter placements, months at a time. And then back home, it's taken me to my age now before I've said, right, 3 years expat. I should have done that earlier. So I'd say to the younger version of me, go, if that opportunity comes up, take it, embrace it, and do it just as quickly as possible.
And talk to me about China. So how did that come about?
Right. So yeah, China, or the operation that we got in China, is a joint venture between Chery Automobile and Jaguar Land Rover. And I applied for the role. I applied for the role to try and drive on a personal level, to try and drive that the being outside the comfort zone. But from a professional point of view, I applied because the rate at which we releasing products over there is a lot quicker. If you were to say perhaps a brand new vehicle takes 5 years start to end, then if you were involved from a project management perspective, you're only going to see that process every 5 years. So that's of course for a brand new top hat vehicle, but and it's quicker on smaller model years. But I just looked at China and said, that looks like the place for me, because I haven't got the 12, 20 years, whatever it may be, experience. That's the place I can go through this loop many times and build up my experience that I'm lacking, having only had 3 years in automotive. And as luck would have it, I made it through the interview process. And yeah, should have started, as I say, in June. That rolled on to August into November, and all being well, January it really will start. But yeah, fingers crossed that we all have a safe Christmas, and then we'll see.